Welcome back to the City Current Radio Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're in for an international treat all the way from the UK. We have Elisio Mayunga, known as Zhao, and he is with 25 Pharma. He's an entrepreneur that's working in the health and fitness category. So, Elisio, Zhao, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great, Jeremy. Thank you. Thanks a lot for having me. It's been an amazing first step. As you know, it's my first interview, and honestly, it's been an amazing thing that I've reached out to you and you go back to me, and I'm so glad to be here.
Well, we're excited to share your story. Let's start with a little bit of your story because you're a first-generation immigrant to the UK, and give us a little bit of that story of just coming to the UK, but still working with your mother and representing and honoring her. So tell us a little bit of your story.
Yeah, first-generation immigrant. Originally from Angola. I moved here when I was about 10, and ever since, of course, because my mom, she was an entrepreneur herself, and I believe that's what I got all my attributes from. It just because since I was a kid, from what I can remember, she really always managed to be independent financially herself, and because she had to come here, she had to sacrifice leaving all her businesses in Angola. Growing up, I've always felt that little part of her that was lost, just because when she moved here, she wasn't really able to go ahead and start her own businesses as she was able to in Angola. So when I was old enough and I was educated enough to go ahead and sort my own dreams and align my own dreams with hers, then of course I managed to start 25 Pharma, and within that business I made sure that the products were named after her company, which is Tulu, and that's of course that's the thing that makes me the happiest about being able to represent her in such a manner.
Give me one thing. You mentioned for your mom, the entrepreneurialism side, in terms of kind of taking that and owning that from her. Give me one other lesson that you've learned from your mom that really allows you to do what you do.
Oh man, there's so many, but I believe that one that it really sticks to me is that how much dedication you have to put through if you have people that you care about that depends on your business. Because I remember that being from Angola is a third world country. When it comes to business structure, it's very limited to what you can really do to scale up. So I remember her not sleeping as much as she should, really, to try and feed and do what was necessary for her kids. And I believe that work ethic is something that I slightly overlooked when I was a kid, but now that I've joined in that journey of being an entrepreneur myself, I looked back and it makes my whole work ethic seem as normal, just because I've seen my mom do that completely out of nowhere. So to me, work ethic is, it's easy. It's a lot easier than what most people might seem like.
Talk about 25 Pharma. You have a ton of very healthy, nutritious options. And so dive into your world of 25 Pharma.
Yeah, so 25 Pharma as a business, we of course we have a product, but what we really focus on is educating people, because as you know, there's many businesses that sell supplements, and when it comes to supplements, it's really an addition to what it can do for you as a person. Because what we try to do on 25 Pharma, we try to educate people more as to why you should consider, as to why it's an addition, as not the actual reason to resolve your problem. So in terms of our products, we have organic products, of course. We range from maca powder to beetroot powder, sea moss powder as well. And all those are really in line into being antioxidants and just being brain stimulant powders that can really help you in terms of your health. But again, in terms of what we try to educate or our message is really to find the root of your problem as a person, why you slightly hold on to better yourself as a person. And then once we find out that reason, of course, we can't do that with every single customer, but with our mission and a sort of content that we put out, we try to find out what blocks you from improving yourself as a person, not just in terms of health, because a lot of the issues that we have as people right now, it's the health is only the result, because the whole problem, the cause of it is a lot of mental, really. It's a lot of the mental issues that we've been having across, not just in Europe or America, we've been having these problems across the world. So we try to reach people in terms of what the mindset that they have, what's stopping them from bettering themselves as people. And we use health to really get people committed, because once you commit yourself to improving your health as a person, then you find that you would also commit yourself to your career path, you would also commit yourself to your family, you commit yourself to yourself, and you have that sense of self-love that you can only really get once you look at your health from a different mindset.
Talk about, and I love the fact that you're taking a holistic approach to this, but you're also taking, like you said, the education, and it's the education of bettering your health, and that's the mental health as well, which obviously with COVID-19 and everything we're dealing with globally, it is so extremely important to be focusing on the whole picture of this. But you also really are focused on education in terms of, hey, here are some recipes. Here are some ways that you can take what we're doing and make them your own. And hey, we'll share some of the other recipes that are coming in. And so you've kind of created a community, which is really neat. It's a very community minded approach. Share from that angle of just really engaging everybody and sharing best practices across the board.
Yeah, it's been an amazing thing. It's been an amazing thing. I mean, we've just been focusing in getting like-minded people and try to use that approach to get more people involved, because as you know, it's very hard for you to change people's mind. And I think the best way to do that is to lead by example. And of course, it's hard for you to be perfect as a person, but if you can live the sort of life that you're trying to portray to people to have, then it becomes a lot easier for them to look at you and think that maybe, you know, that person is just like myself. It can't be that hard. If he's doing it, then I'm pretty sure that I can do it too. And that's the approach that we've been having in terms of our community. We've been having amazing feedback from people, which is the sort of reward that we really have in terms of doing what we do and the reason why we're doing it for. But yeah, it's been an amazing community because we're not too focusing just our brand. We're really focusing on growing with people. So what we do is we get like-minded people across Instagram, across Facebook. We try to create content together, and we really put that out there just for people to pay attention, and hopefully there will be a message within that content that will resonate with them. If they don't come back to us today, we might plant a seed, because you know, I'm very driven into planting seeds.
What's been the biggest surprise for you so far in terms of launching the company? And maybe it's someone reaching out in a way that they made something really special and neat and were able to share that with you. But what's been a surprise for you so far?
I think the surprise has been the amount of people where, because, you know, once you start planning a business, you never really know who your customers may end up being, I believe. And I think because like a lot of people have been procrastinating into getting through to actually showcasing my business to people. So a lot of the time when I was planning, I was thinking, oh my God, who is going to actually be paying attention to this? And then once I actually launch the business, I create the Instagram page and I start uploading the content that we have been, it has been a surprise to see the amount of people engaging and just thinking the same way that I do. I guess that's been the most surprising thing, is that I guess I'm not the only one. And I think that's a message, not just to myself, it's to everyone that has an idea. Don't think that you're crazy to think that there won't be people like yourself that will really appreciate your content.
Yeah, and I think just like you said, putting it out there and saying, you know what, I'm going to put this out there and let's just see where this goes. But you have to take that first step of putting it out there, and that's where the magic then kicks in. You teased us a little bit with the different product offerings, but dive in a little bit deeper, because you've got some really interesting ones like Golden Irish Sea Moss, the Black Maca powder. So, I mean, talk about some of the different ones that you've got and the benefits of them.
Yeah, so we've got, like I said, we've got a lot of products, and we've got majority coming from Peru. We focus a lot on small community farmers, and at the moment in Peru, we've got maca powder, we've got cacao powder, we've got the black maca powder, which in terms of difference between both, the black maca powder is just a lot more potent in energy. So if you're someone as a professional athlete or someone that is working out consistently, you'd want to use black powder just a bit more, just because in terms of the energy boost would be a lot more rewarding than you using the maca powder, the yellow maca powder, just because yellow maca powder is perfect as well. If you're looking to, of course, increase fertility and in terms of your mental health, because it's high in libido, and you can, of course, allows you to get into a mindset where allows you to be happier in small terms. And again, with the message that we have with the mental health mission that we have, where we want to make people very comfortable within their skin, we use this product to really emphasize that. So we've got CMOS, which is another amazing detox product that we have, and the CMOS comes from the Caribbean at the moment, which it's a product that is very sought for in the market. But what we do have is a fusion between CMOS powder and the original products that we have, which is beetroot powder as well, cacao powder. And those fusions, in terms of taste and the benefits, are amazing. And again, it's something that no one in the market has. Only ourselves are doing that sort of blend between the benefits and also the taste. Because when it comes to health, as I mentioned before, it's very hard for you to change people's minds, and you want to make sure that you do things where it's easy for people, it tastes good, and at the same time, it's something that people will have the sort of mindset where, it doesn't take me much to do this. It's a spoon of CMOS and cacao together. I'll get the 92 minerals that I need in my body, and at the same time, it will taste like a hot chocolate. It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good for me, and it tastes really good and delicious as well. And I think that's the part where, for me, especially growing up playing competitive tennis and being in sports, being an athlete, you do learn really fast, one, to take care of your body. Two, though, like you're saying, there definitely is a correlation between what you put into your body and the way it makes you feel. And I can tell a huge difference, because I'm a big, I make a smoothie in the morning, and I am very laser focused on what I put into it. But I can tell a difference when you talk about what goes in and how you feel in the mornings where I don't do a smoothie and have those minerals and those things. And it's like your body can tell a huge difference. So I'm a huge believer when you talk about the power of what you're doing and making you, one, function more effectively, but also two, feel much better as well. And that goes back to, like you said, that mental health side. It really, really is important.
Yeah, it's only natural, because if you look at our bodies, it's if you put it as a car, you need to make sure that you have the right fuel, and the right fuel, it means that you're having the right vitamins, and you're really compromising your body with elements that it would benefit from. And a lot of the dietary that we have, it's really misinformed, and we selling supplements, it's really just a way of saying that, we might not be able to change your whole diet, but just try to improve in that little aspect of adding minerals that you wouldn't usually have if you had, the usual foods that you have. So it's so true, because the reason, again, what we really try to reach the mental health is because everyone has goals. And I believe in terms of you being able to achieve your goals, you need to have the whole body in line with your mindset. If your body is sluggish because you're not eating the right foods, then you won't be able to perform, to achieve your goals to the highest extent. And that's why we really focus in talking about the message more than the actual benefits, because we can talk about the benefits. All our products have amazing benefits, but what we try to achieve is really getting you on the mindset where if you're wanting to achieve your goals, you need to look after your body to a certain extent, because that is what's going to give you the alkaline energy, the positive, the feel good, that I have all the time in the world, and I also have all the energy to match that time to actually complete whatever I want to do. And I don't mean that in any way by just fitness. I always make sure that I'm talking about everyone within, because we all have individual goals. If that's career path, that's fitness, that's if you're a trader, if you're a cleaner, it doesn't matter what profession you have. It just really matters how serious you take your health.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Talk about pricing, shipping, where we can purchase. So talk about those basics.
So in terms of where you can purchase at the moment, we're very much driven to just have our own website, because we feel that it's the best way for people to really get to know who we are. And we don't want to sell products, we want to sell our identity. So if you're looking to buy a product, you can find us, of course, on 25pharma.co.uk. In terms of shipping, we ship it worldwide, and of course, there's a shipping fee, but it is also it's also free for UK if you spend over £25. But in terms of where you can find us, we've got our website and we've got our Instagram page, 25 Pharma. We've got a Facebook group, 25 Pharma, where that is where our community, going back to the community aspect of the conversation that we had before.
Yeah,
we've got a community group on Facebook, and that's where we really try to engage with people. We try to talk to everyone that tries to get reaches, because again, we can't talk to every single one of our customers, but that's where we can have a conversation with people and try to understand what is making you hold back onto your health, and what's making you take a supplement for a week and then leave it, go back to your usual diet. What's making you not really allow yourself to, dedicate yourself at 110% as you should, because it really matters. That's the only thing that matters, I suppose.
Yeah, and 25 Pharma is the number 25, so 25 and then PHARMA. So make sure everyone can find you very easily. Last quick question for you is, what advice would you give, you being an entrepreneur, what advice would you give for other entrepreneurs in terms of following their dream and taking those steps and putting themselves out there?
I mean, the only advice that I feel entitled to give, because everyone has their own problems, everyone has their own reason as to why they shouldn't, is that don't feel that you're not prepared. Just get onto the journey, because the process is the only thing that matters. I'm doing this interview with you now, Jeremy, thinking that, oh my God, I never thought I would be doing this interview with you today. I thought that I would need to be prepared for another 5-10 years, maybe, just to get to this point where I'm comfortable sharing my story with you. And I mean, it might sound outrageous just based on how well we may have been doing on our website, on our platforms, but as people, entrepreneurs are just people like you and me, and I feel like a lot of the reasons why we get people that don't reach their dreams or their potential is because they're too busy getting ready, rather than just jumping on the boat.
I love that advice, because to your point, you've got to jump on the journey, jump on that road. And I think, you yourself, like you mentioned, you just reached out. You said, hey, I've got a business, I've got a story to tell. How can we work together? You were super professional about it. You were nice about it. And that's the other thing is, as an entrepreneur, not being afraid to reach out and to say, hey, can I work with you? What can we do together? How can we build something special? Can I come on your show? And I think many times, to your point, you wait and you wait and you wait, versus being proactive and saying, not only get on the road and get on the journey, but also too, don't be afraid to reach out to others, because every single one of us, no matter how far along we are in our careers, somebody helped us out, and we all realize the power of helping people. And so by you reaching out as a professional in a courteous, professional way, but just saying, hey, what can we do together? Magic happens then. And I think that's the other thing, is just using yourself as the example, is don't be afraid to reach out and ask for some help, but also to ask for opportunities, because that's where the real opportunities start to kick in.
That's amazing. It's so true. It's so true, Jeremy. It's so true, because you have to be brave. You have to be brave. Because if you don't, then if you don't ask a question, you'll never get the answer that you need. And that's it. You have to be brave. You have to be brave. And I'm so thankful that you reached out to me, because as you can imagine, as an entrepreneur, we reach out to so many people, and it's the like-minded people that really feel your story, that really resonate to your story, that will allow you to get that sort of step up that you need a lot of the times from people. And we're thankful that, the world is so big that you can be certain that there will be at least one or two like-minded people that will be willing to help you.
Well, Elisio, greatly appreciate all you're doing. So Zal, thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for all you do. We'll definitely be in touch, and we'll continue to share your story. So thanks for all you do, and thanks for coming on the show.
Jeremy, thanks a lot for having me, and I can't wait to hear back from you.